your eyes, believe in magic. Close your eyes, believe in magic. Close your eyes, believe in magic. Close your eyes, believe in magic. Believe in magic.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Talk with Sue on International Angels Network. And today is Wednesday, January 30th, 2019. And I am your host, Su.Broome, coming to you live from southern Arizona. I am so grateful I live in Arizona now because with all the cold that they have been getting back everywhere, I am just so grateful I live here. I talked to my brother the other day, and he said, yes, we got another 10 inches of snow, and that was before the cold was coming. So I send everyone as much sunshine as can fit and as much as I can send to keep warm and keep safe in all the cold blasts. Now, a little bit about me. I am an international best-selling author, an intuitive healer, and a spiritual teacher. I do private sessions and workshops. I love to help others connect with their loved ones through my book, Signs from Your Loved Ones. And I also have 2 courses. One of them is a free course called Memories Shared with Your Loved Ones, and the other one is Channel Writing with Mom. And each of those, the book and the 2 courses are all different ways that you can connect with your loved ones who have transitioned. Some of the things we explore here on International Angels Network are spiritual entrepreneurship, fairies, angels, astrology, numerology, spirituality, spirit guides, our loved ones, and so much more. If you want to find out more about International Angels Network, you can go out to internationalangelsnetwork.com and find out all about all of the hosts that are out there, and as well as some of the things we are offering, which I'll be telling you about in just a little bit. Now, if you would like to be a guest on the show, you can go to internationalangelsnetwork.com/guest and fill out the form, and it will be sent to whichever host you have asked for or requested, and you can be a guest on the show. Now, we are also a live call-in show, and the phone number, and write this down, put it in your phone, have it on speed dial, is 1-516-453-9162, and then you can press number 1 to get in the queue to ask a question. And for international callers, just be sure and dial the 1. I'll read off the number again because this is the same phone number for every single host on International Angels Network. It is 1-516-453-9162. And if you want to use Skype, you can use Skype from anywhere in the world for free. And once we are on live on blogtalkradio.com/International Angels Network, you can see the Skype icon, and you can just push that button. Now, you can also listen to any of the replays in case you missed one of the shows or you want to re-listen to different parts of it, or when you got on to ask a question. You can listen to the replays at iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Chartable, Listen Notes, Overcast, our website, internationalangelsnetwork.com, and also blogtalkradio.com/International Angels Network. So you can listen, re-listen, share it with your friends. Also, I want to let you know that today's live show is brought to you by Audible by Amazon. And you can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/International Angels. And last I heard, there was over 450,000 titles, and there's probably way more than that by now. And this is for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And again, audibletrial.com/International Angels. Also, the sponsor for International Angels Network is Sunday Sturgeon, and she's the founder and CEO of Light Rejuvenation Center. And her latest book, Illuminate Your Joy, it's Warrior Women with Angel Wings, Illuminate Your Joy, is available on Amazon, both in paperback and Kindle. 36 fabulous authors, which I am one of them, as well as most of the hosts of International Angels Network. So check out Warrior Women with Angel Wings, Illuminate Your Joy. So tonight's show, I'm going to get right to it. Actually, I'm going to give the phone number one more time, and then I'll get to tonight's show. 1-516-453-9162. And also, because we're live on YouTube, yes, live on YouTube, make sure, and whether you caught us on live or you're catching us on the replay, make sure and go out to YouTube and find International Angels Network. And you know the routine. Click the subscribe button. Click that bell. And what that will do is every single time there is a new video out there, you will get notified. And when we go live, you will get notified. So then you won't miss any shows. So tonight's show, though, I want to talk about unplugging with the angels. And, you know, when the angels first gave me this topic, I thought, okay, that sounds kind of strange. And it's like we're not unplugging from the angels. Make sure that that's very different. We're unplugging with the angels. And I was like, okay, tell me more, guys. Tell me more. And so they started just giving me, you know, the angels are funny sometimes. They'll just give me a little, okay, here's a little bit. It's like, all right, I'll add that to my notes. Like, okay, here's a little bit. Okay, I'll add that. Okay, here's a little. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is starting to make sense. So they had to kind of, you know, spoon feed me a little bit. But you think about all of the things that are going on in the world today. There is a lot energetically going on. You know, we have the astrology. We have solar flares. I don't know if any of them have been going off lately, but I know yesterday was a really kind of strange energy day as far as I'm concerned, and from what I saw other people saying this morning on Facebook. But there's also a lot of things going on politically. There's a lot of things going on worldwide. Right now in the United States with this big polar freeze that's going on. And then in Australia, they have the hottest weather ever. So there's all kinds of things. And you think about that we are aware of more of these things going on than ever before, and faster than ever before. And it's like we are just bombarded with all of this information. And even if, you know, if you think about our lives before social media, okay, I know some of you, it's like, oh my gosh, what? Before social media? I still remember I was still in corporate and this thing called Facebook came out, and I'm like, yeah, And initially, the only reason I got onto Facebook was because it was a corporate thing and it was going to be good for what I was doing at the time. And it's like, okay, I'll sign up. And I rarely went out there. But think about what life was like before social media. How did you hear about things that were going on in the world? It's like, oh, you would get an email, or you'd get something in the snail mail, you'd get a magazine or a booklet. And there was definitely things on the internet, but you really had to search a lot more. And you know, you had your list of, okay, here's all of the websites that I'm going to go to, but that was, you know, before social media. now things are so much more instantaneous than they ever were. But so back up even further. Look at what it was like before the internet, where there was no email. I remember before there was email, we had internal stuff at corporate, but nothing like outside of that. So information that we received was disseminated so differently. It was through the news. We would get things. It was through, again, mail, all of that, through booklets and catalogs. I mean, even thinking about, okay, how did you order things? I mean, right now it's like click, click, okay, your order's on its way. I remember getting the catalog in the mail. You go through the catalog and mark all the pages of things that you want, and then you'd fill out the form with a pen, and you'd mail it in with your check. So things are really different, right? So how quickly do we hear about things now? I mean, there was it an earthquake I think it was in Cuba today? It was a tornado. So I heard about it on Facebook. I didn't see anything on the news. So we hear about things so much differently. And how much quicker do we hear about things like earthquakes and tsunamis and fires and the frigid cold and hurricanes, all of that? How quickly do we hear about things? How fast is this information coming at us? And even you think about when there is not only something on Facebook, a picture of some kind, but a lot of times there's little videos, and people like you and me, because we got our phone and we're taking videos. So the information is coming at us so fast. Even if you're watching the news, a lot of times they have the news going, so whatever they're talking about, and then at the bottom they have the little ticker tape at the bottom telling you about other stuff that's going on. So if you're not listening to what they're talking about, you got the other stuff going on. It's crazy. All of this stuff is coming at us from so many different directions and so fast. And sometimes we just have to unplug. Now, it's not just unplugging from the news, and it's not just unplugging from social media. It's so much more than that. And as the angels were going through all this stuff, it's like, oh, yeah, this is really making sense. But, excuse me, you keep thinking about, so when we keep seeing the information, and so something tragic happens, and there's a lot of people that are empathic, so you're picking up that energy. Sometimes it gets amplified. When things like that, tragedies are going on, how we can even help the situation is by sending them prayers, sending them blessings, asking the angels to come in, instead of, oh, that's so sad. Because when we do, oh, that's so sad, that's actually adding to the emotions that are going out and building. And I talked a little bit about this. I think it was not last week's show, the show before that. But one of the things I talked about was unplugging from the universe, from the collective from the universe, unplugging from the collective consciousness. And so going back to when we're putting the, oh, that's so sad energy out there, that is adding to this collective. And I always think of the collective as this like huge cloud above us. And it's all of the emotions, all of the things that we're giving off, good, bad, and indifferent, is just feeding into it. Now, if it's good, yay. And if it's a lower vibration or heavier, that it adds to it. So, the cloud gets a little bit darker. But the angels want us to unplug with the angels, okay? So think about this. Now, we all know the universe loves a vacuum. Not the universe loves to vacuum, but the universe loves a vacuum, meaning when something gets released, it wants to fill something back in its place. Okay? So keep that in mind. So with the angels, I'm going to call in the angels first and fill up as much as we can any tiny little spots with divine love, angelic love and support. We want to always fill up with the good stuff. And then as we're releasing and letting go of things, we'll just have the divine love and angelic support to fill in all of those little spaces because the universe loves a vacuum. So we did this a few weeks ago, where we called in certain angels. So before we go through all the different unplugging that we're going to do that the angels wanted us to do, let's call in, some of the big guns that I always like to call in is Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Raziel. That's who was coming to mind when I was thinking about this before, and it's like, oh, that's really interesting. Now, Raziel works a lot with past lives. So they're definitely, because we're here on the planet Earth at this time, there's past lives that we've lived that are bringing us back to this point and helping us learn the lessons that we came here to learn now. So I'm sure that's why Raziel came up. But when you call in the angels, and these four are, you can interchange them. You can call in more. You can just call in Michael if you want. Excuse me. It's really whatever is right, whatever feels right for you on whatever day you're doing this, which I recommend doing it every single day. So you think about, okay, we got Michael, we got Raphael, we got Gabriel, we got Raziel. And you can think of them in the four corners of the room that you're in, or you can think of them as one in front, one behind, one to the left, one to the right. You can think of them on the four corners of you, however you want to do it, however you want them to do it, whatever feels right for you. Okay? And if you call in more, great. So we got the angels covered. Now, just tune in for a second and feel their love. You can put your hand on your heart if you want, but just feel their energy. Feel their loving support. You can feel divine love pouring in. Okay, so we're in this really good space. All right, now let's get the unplugging going. So first, everybody knows what a plug is. You have an outlet, you want power, you plug in, right? So think of what that looks like when you actually unplug something. And what I want you to imagine is the collective consciousness, this big cloud or this big, whatever you want to call it, this energy above us, around us. We're going to unplug from that. We have the support of the angels with us. We have divine love. We got it going on. Unplug. This is unplug from the fears. Unplug from the beliefs that add to the fears. There's so much that, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but it adds, it's where the collective gets its fear. If you think about when there is something tragic going on, Or even, this was it, the shutdown, the government shutdown that was going on. You look at the people that were not working, and every single time there was something on the news, they were talking about the fear that goes into it. People are losing their homes, and people don't have enough to eat, and people, which is true, but that's what they were focusing on and adding to the fear. That gets into the collective. So there's the fears, there's all the beliefs that keep getting added to that. So unplug from the collective. Okay? Now we have this plug, and plug it into the divine. However you see the divine, however you feel the divine, you plug it in. So it's like, I'm getting super amped up from the divine. And I am not pulling any energy, any thoughts, any fears, any frustrations. I am not plugging into their beliefs and their feelings. This is great for empaths because you, empaths, me, empath, we get that even, we can feel it even more than other people. So unplug from the collective, make sure and plug into the divine, clear our energy. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for continuing to keep our energy clear. Fill with the good stuff. Fill up with divine love. The universe, remember, loves a vacuum. So we're filling up with the good stuff. Okay? Okay. Take a deep breath. We have more to unplug. But take a deep breath in between here. So unplug from the disbelief. This is the disbelief from this isn't right or this isn't true. And I'll give you an example. Years ago, this was in the late 1990s. I was just starting to get into angels. I was getting into tarot cards was all they had back then. They did not have angel cards. They did not have oracle cards that I had to go to a bookstore back then. But it was tarot cards. And at the time, I was married to someone who did not believe in any of that. A friend of mine who had just gone through just a year or two, he had quit drinking and he had gotten into a church, so he was now a born-again Christian. And we were talking about, I don't know, angels, past lives, tarot cards. I don't know what it was, but he gave me this book. And it was called The Devil's Alphabet. And it was A to Z, all the things that are evil. And, of course, everything that I was just starting to explore was in this book. And I'm like, okay. And I know just recently, just over the last couple of weeks, there has been something similar by someone who was very big into metaphysical and angels and the New Age. And they have changed their beliefs. And so everything is in their A to Z version. And if you still believe in angels and still believe tarot cards are good and angel cards are good and all that, unplug from the disbelief that this isn't right. Plug into your own beliefs. So unplug from what other people are saying and plug in to your own beliefs. And I'm bringing this up, and I'm not naming names, but I am bringing it up because it really has Yeah, be your own guru. Claudia says, be your own guru. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because it really, it has a ripple effect. This has just had a huge ripple effect in a lot of the metaphysical community. So believe what you believe. You don't have to believe. If you don't believe in somebody else, unplug from them. And this goes for, I'll use me as an example. If I am saying things that don't ring true with you, unplug from those things. If I'm saying things that do ring true to you, you can plug into those. But yes, be your own guru. Feel into that. What does it feel like for you? And unplug from the rest. Okay? And of course, when you unplug, make sure plug into the divine, plug into your beliefs. Again, clear your energy and fill with divine love. Now, are you seeing a pattern? We're unplugging, we're plugging, we're clearing our energy, and we're making sure that we fill with divine love. Kind of the routine here, okay? Now, something similar but yet a little bit different is, and I just touched on it a little bit, but if there's somebody that you are following spiritually and they're saying things, either all of a sudden they took a turn and they're saying things that don't ring for you, or just different things, just tune in to what feels right for you. Unplug from the beliefs of others. And this gets a little bit deeper in that if you think about some of the beliefs that we have, they're beliefs that we got from when we were a kid. It's like, well, why is this in my head? It's like, I don't know, maybe because I never really thought about it. Because it's something that was just given to you. So the different beliefs that are coming up, start questioning, all right, is this something that was given to me from my parents, my grandparents, my siblings, from someplace back in my childhood? Does it still believe? This is what I believe about, this is my belief about beliefs, is it's just like cleaning out your closet. You take out things, it's like, when was the last time I wore this? Do I love this? And if I don't, if it doesn't apply to me anymore, I'm getting rid of it. So let these old beliefs that are not yours go. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for clearing the energy. Plug into the divine and fill with divine love. Another thing to unplug from is anything that's not yours. Now, I say this because there are times, and I've had this happen, where driving down the road and all of a sudden I just burst into tears, and it's like, what the heck just happened? And it's because something happened on the road that I just drove over that really emotionally affected me. But clear from that, because it clearly wasn't my energy. Clear, unplug from things like that. Have you ever had a time when you're in a good mood and all of a sudden something, it's almost like the pig pen from Schultz, how he had all the dirt, but it's like a cloud comes over you? It's like clear, unplug from the energies that aren't yours. Clear that energy out. Fill with divine love and plug into the divine. Yes, this is not just a one and done kind of thing. This is an everyday thing, and because the energies have been so dense lately, in some respects, it's multiple times in a day that you may have to, but it's quick. We're going through it step by step by step. But if you have a Post-it note and it says, or you can set a reminder on your phone, says unplug, plug. It's like, oh yeah, even just unplug. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to unplug from the energies that are not mine. I'm going to unplug from the collective. I am plugging into the divine. I am filling with divine love. I want the good stuff. And of course, one of the things that, and I don't do this very often either, but unplug from the news, unplug from social media, for even if you can't do it all day, at least for a couple of hours, or have it so you're only on it for a few hours. Because social media, it's a great way to find out information, but it's also, there's studies that I believe I may be making this up, but I believe there's studies that a lot of depression comes out from people looking at social media, and it's like, well, they're going on vacation, or they just bought a new house. Well, why can't I have a new house? Why can't I go on vacation? And have the comparison going on, and then people feel bad. So sometimes just unplug from social media if you tend to fall into those categories. Stay on it a very short amount of time if you have to go on it. Unplug. And even if you see something, it's like if there's something on there that it's like, oh, it's like, wait a minute, I'm going to send them love. I'm going to send them angels. I'm going to send them blessings. I'm going to say a prayer. So you can turn it around that way, unplugging from the negativity of it and plugging into the positive, keeping your energy clear and filling with divine. So I'll tell you, it's set your intention every single day to, okay, I am going to unplug from anything that doesn't serve me. I'm going to unplug from the energies that are not for my highest and best good. Yeah. And always remember, plug into the good stuff, okay? So let's take a couple of deep breaths and really kind of let this all kind of sink in. Take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just let all of that settle and thank the angels for being with you. They're always with us. Thank them for their support. Thank the universe for their support. And make this part of your daily practice. It will make a huge difference in how the flow is. All right. Let me read off the phone number again, and then I'm going to be doing calls in just a couple minutes. So phone number is 1-516-453-9162, and you can press number 1 to get in the queue. Again, phone number is 1-516-453-9162. You can press number 1 to get in the queue. I'll be taking calls in just a couple minutes. All right, something I want to make sure that y'all know about. So International Angels Network, we got things going on. Some of them you may know about, some of them you might not, but there's a directory. So this is where if you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you do readings or energy healings, if you're a teacher, mentor, coach, metaphysical online stores for mind, body, spirit, you can get on the internationalangelsnetwork.com directory. So go check it out and read up and see if it is something that will fit into what it is that you're looking for. internationalangelsnetwork.com/directory. And you can also, while you're out there on the website, you can also find out about the membership site. So that is internationalangelsnetwork.com/membership. I also want to make sure everyone knows about the program that Diane Morgan and Susie Parrott have going on. They have monthly classes going on, Connecting with the Angels, and this is Diane and Susie, and the angels will provide you with information and different tools about working with the angelic realm. So if you want more information, you can go out to uniteinthelight.com. Also, remember, I do have a free course right now, memories shared with your loved ones, takes the connection with your loved ones to a new level from the messages and signs, and also channel writing with mom. So if you want to take the connection that you share with your loved one on the other side to the next level, it doesn't have to be your mom, but if you want to take it to the next level where you can actually have a conversation with them, that is the course for you, and that's channel writing with mom. You can find out about those on my website at Su.Broome.com. What we have coming up on International Angels Network is Saturday. We have Susie Parrott, and she will be doing free mini readings as well as a topic. Sunday we have Mystical Connections with Claudia Ibarra. Returning guest is Salo Stanley and Angel Wings Energy Art. And then Tuesday we have Angel Navigation with Diane Morgan, and she's got Teresa Hart, Say Yes to Your Best Life. And I believe that Teresa Hart is also in Warrior Women with Angel Wings. So just thought I'd put, Claudia says, yes, she is. And then next Wednesday, you have me again, February 6th, Angel Talk with Sue, and I'll be doing a topic, whatever the angels tell me, and taking readings. I also, since there are not any callers, I don't think there's any callers yet, but phone number, I'll give it one more time, 1-516-453-9162. I will do a plug for the 52 Weeks of Gratitude Journal. This is another book that I'm a part of. In it, you have 52 weeks, 50 authors. It's got a short story about them. And then this one isn't actually a mandala, but some of them are artwork and most of them have mandalas. And then also a place where you can actually journal. And this is turned in, so there's a Facebook group called 52 Weeks of Gratitude Journal. And then there's also it's a closed group, and it's on Facebook called 52 Weeks of Gratitude Movement, where the authors are taking their weeks and they're doing different videos on gratitude and doing different exercises. So that's been happening, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Also, we have a blog talk. Yes, we are on Blog Talk, so if you have a question, you can also join the Blog Talk radio chat, or you can join the YouTube chat and ask questions. So we have a Blog Talk radio chat room question. Little Fairy, I've heard you before. Little Fairy says, let me get into the question so I can read it. Little Fairy says, I'd like to ask the angels if I will find a new job very soon, please. My current job is bad. Okay, Little Fairy. First thing I'm going to say as I'm shuffling the cards is, actually, and it's kind of funny because in the 52 Weeks of Gratitude, my story is all about how just tell me when I'm live. Oh, I'm live. Okay. we the beep in my ear means I'm live. Okay. So I was answering the question from, we did lose YouTube, but we're still Blog Talk Radio. So thank you, those of you that have been listening and stayed on with us. But I had a question from Little Fairy. Says she'd like to ask the angels about a new job. And what I was starting to say is, in the 52 Weeks of Gratitude Journal, my story happened to be when it was a very, very difficult time in the corporate world where I was. And I knew that they were out, and this was not my imagination, they were out to get my team and myself. And I kind of knew that without them telling me. And I was in a very, very low place. And I had to find a way to bring myself out of that place because it was very bad. And what I needed to do was, actually what worked for me is gratitude. I found different things that I could be grateful about throughout the day, every single day, because I had to get myself back to a better place. And that better place, it was for whatever my next step was, whether I was going to find a different job in the same company, whether I was going to leave, period, or what, it didn't matter. And so, Little Fairy, that's something that I will say to you is find the things that you are grateful about, find the things that are positive in your current position, but mainly find the things that you're grateful about, because, and put your focus on that, because then when you start looking, that's what you're telling the universe. And whether those things are, because we had beautiful, beautiful property. So I could go walk around the pond. We had trails all around, so I could go walking at lunch when it was nice weather. We had a great cafeteria. I love the cafeteria. I like the food in our cafeteria. So there, those may be the only things that you're grateful for, but then focus on those things. Focus on the people that you enjoy. Find things throughout your day that you are grateful for. And also, Little Fairy, we have, I am grateful for, so I'm using the gratitude deck. I am grateful for being divinely guided and protected. Now, what that also says to me, Little Fairy, is there's different things that you have been getting intuitive hits on from the angels that maybe you weren't listening before, or they're getting louder now. So things are coming to you. So hopefully you're still listening, and hopefully I'd love to hear what kind of response you have. But again, the card is, I'm grateful for being divinely guided and protected. So hope that helped, Little Fairy. And thank you so much for being on listening. Next we have area code 607. Area code 607. Hello, Miss Caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Hi, my name's Nicole. I come from Binghamton, New York.
So you're in the cold also. I'm sending you some warm, Nicole. So what do you have going on?
Oh, it's kind of a really good day. I mean, a good night, because
Good.
the beginning of the day wasn't so good. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get this done, and I'm not going to get the money, and it's really cold. But then around 5:30, the handyman came. He fixed some things I needed. He's going to help fix tomorrow too, and I'm going to get the money. And
Perfect.
He gave me this big space heater that looks like it must have cost $80 or $100, and it really works great.
That's awesome.
And my aunt got money, and we're all experiencing a lot of blessings today.
It sounds like it. What a wonderful way to have the day go. So you want to hear what card I pulled for you?
Yeah.
It says, I am grateful for the ability to choose nourishing foods. And I feel that this goes way more than foods. It also has to do with the nourishing thoughts that we are thinking. the things that we plug into. Did you listen to the first part of the show where I was talking about unplugging with the angels?
No, I just tuned in.
You might want to go back and listen to it because it's talking about different things to unplug from and different things to plug into. And this feels like the ability to choose nourishing foods, but also the ability to choose nourishing thoughts, the things that actually feed your soul, as well as.
Well, I actually
feed
can't
your
listen unless I get it live. So, but I know what
too
you're talking about. And also, I was able recently to buy some nourishing food that I thought was really good for me, better than usual.
Perfect.
And I had a good meal tonight.
That's perfect. So you have so many things to be grateful for, Nicole, it sounds like. So that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sounds like you have
and I always think
a lot
really
of
positively when I get to drink my water.
That is perfect because you can actually charge your water when you're holding your glass and thinking positive things, or you can even think love as you're holding your glass of water and as you're drinking it, because it actually energizes and charges the water.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that reminder. And thank you so much for calling in tonight, Miss Nicole, and stay warm, okay?
Yep.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to give the phone number out one more time, but 1-516-453-9162, and you can press number 1 to get in the queue. I'm going to pull a card for everyone that is listening on replay. It says, I am grateful for beauty, strength, and healing. And this really has to do with not only just the words that it says, but if you think about the strength that when we stand up and are courageous in what it is that we're doing, there's a beauty that comes through. And that's where the healing comes from, is when we can feel the strength and the courage. And sometimes we may not feel the courage ourselves. We can call on Archangel Michael to help us with that. But when we feel it, when we can stand in our power and have that beauty and that strength, there's healing that comes through. So again, I am grateful for beauty, strength, and healing. All right. So I'm going to shuffle the cards again, and I can't tell if there's anybody on Blog Talk in the chat room that's still asking questions. Nope, there isn't. Okay, so let's do, since it doesn't seem like there's any callers tonight, I'm sure that everybody is, unless there's one coming in right now. Let's do a short meditation. We'll do a short meditation, and that's how we'll end tonight. So this will be, Claudia, if you want to put on some music, I'm not going to take any more questions. And no, I might pull one more card, but if you want to put in some music. All right. So everybody, take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, in and out. And as you're getting yourself into this really beautiful, quiet space, If you want to put your hand on your heart, you can, but you don't have to. Feel the love of the divine connecting with your heart. Feel the love that you have strengthening because you have charged up and strengthened your connection with the divine. And feel that you have the love of Mother Earth coming up through your feet, and feel this connection from the divine and from Mother Earth. And as you're in this beautiful, loving, healing space, unplug from anything that does not serve you. Unplug from the collective. Unplug from other people's beliefs. Unplug from the news. Unplug from anything that is not for your highest and best good. And thank the angels for supporting you. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for keeping my energy clear, for being with me and supporting me. And thank you, Archangels Raphael, Gabriel, and Raziel, for your loving support. Thank you for surrounding me with your love. And feel the connection with the angels. Feel it strengthen. Feel the loving energy from the divine filling you. So much love. Every cell of your being, every space in between, filled with divine love. Hand on your heart. Stay in the space for as long as you would like. Knowing that you are loved. Knowing that you deserve love. And knowing that the connection you have with the divine and Mother Earth and the angels is always with you. Take a couple of deep breaths. And thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Join us again next week for Angel Talk with Sue on International Angels Network.